Hello, my name is Louis Trent, and this is my photography and experience portfolio. So, for landscape, I decided to talk about David Norton. He is a professional traveling landscape photographer for about 35 years and counting. He has been to many corners of the globe. He likes to specifically revisit Canada because that's where he grew up. He was born in 1957 in Bedfordshire, England, and has moved to California and Canada, where he mainly grew up. And he received his first SLR camera in 1980. So the photo I want to be talking about today is the bleach tree, which he admired for about 22 years. This bleach tree was located near Norton's house around Dorset, England. Sorry if I butchered that. He captured this photo on a Canon EOS 5 DSR with a Canon EF 16 to 35 millimeter f 2.8L free USM lens. The settings he used were what one fifth shutter speed, f11 aperture, and 100 ISOs. And he used like a polarizing filter to enhance the colors. This was captured on a foggy morning, which he described the situation to be tremendously atmospheric, right? And he saw this magnificent tree. He didn't even plan to revisit it, but the situation just brought up on it. So he set his camera and tripod on a slight incline and took a wide shot of the tree. And with the high resolution of the camera, it showed like great quality and clarity. So I think all these going together just makes the tree like this magnificent, otherworldly type tree, right? Uh, the angle just gives us a great view to appreciate everything about the tree, and I don't know, it just makes a tree look so beautiful. So this is his other works. Obviously we can only talk about one, but I just still wanted to show it off. So with documentary, I decided to talk about Dorothea Lange. So Dorothea Lange is an American documentary photographer born on the 26th of May, 1895. She is best known for her Depression era work, specifically the immigrant mother in Nipomo, California in 1936, which I will be talking about that portrait. And well, because of the Great Depression, she decided to leave her job and she was hired by the government to document the crisis. So, like I said, I'm gonna be talking about the migrant mother. So this was taken at the P. Pickers camp after Lang finished her work, right? When she was just driving around, she knows this mother by the name of Florence Owen Thompson. And in the photo, you see three of her children of the six she had, right? So you saw the third one is the infant in her arms, by the way. So during this, she used a huge 4x5 graphics, I believe it's called graphics camera. It took about 6 times to perfect the portrait. One of the first things she did was to remove the older children because she wanted the idea of an unfortunate situation instead of just a poor family. And then after several takes and different pose and composition, she realizes that the mother's face was the key to the picture, right? And I have to agree. I think the mother's face can be interpreted in many ways, but I think it perfectly nails um the raw emotion of depression, right? How a lot of people felt uncertain about the future. And I think also removing the older children was a great idea because it I feel like having 6 children in one photo would have been too much, while this keeps it, like, compact and, contains his emotion. It just gives the clear image of a mother trying to help her children during a horrible time, and I think it just works really well together. Portraits. So, the portrait I have here is of my friend cosplaying as a Kagaguri character. So, this was taken at Fitzroy Garden, near the Jolly Mount station. And I believed I used Canon EOS 70D with a 18 to 135 millimeter lens. Um, so here I also use the also the light reflector. So this was natural light, but I used like the golden side of the light reflector to shine the light on what you see is the right side, and you can see some of the shine on her clothes and her face. Um, so I think what I did pretty well here is generally like the lighting, but also the matching the composition and the theme of a character. Because if you don't know Kageguri, it's all about gambling and playing card games and all that stuff. And I think the cards like on top of her head, the chips and the dice everywhere. It's just a really nice touch. Um, so yeah, I think like her lying down in grass as well. I think it just matches really well. Um, what else can I say about this? That's not when it comes to bad things, right? I think the left side lighting is a bit too dark. Maybe I should have shone some more light on it. But in general, if we look at my other photos, I kind of I want to talk about it in general because this is just me reflecting. But in general, I feel like I kind of kept to a structure. I didn't really change up my structure. Like I always kept the subject in the center and not really move it around. I didn't get to play around with dark environments a lot. Usually, you can see I have a good amount of light with a lot of these photos. Besides the one of my infant sister. So I feel like just trying to experiment more with like dark environments would have helped me to like have a better idea of taking photos. Would have given me a better outlook. But I'm also happy about how I'm able to just capture some raw moments, like my sister sleeping or my other sister smiling like that. I was really happy with me being able to capture like some themes and moments. So of like when like moments like my friend holding an umbrella and the light reflecting through the umbrella onto her. I was really proud of that. And yeah. So I think the basic things I can improve is like playing around with more dark environments and yeah. Wait, now let's move on to still life. So with still life, I mainly took this was at home, and with this specific one, I use the AIT borrowed one, the ESOS 760D with the 118 to 135 millimeter lens. And this one didn't use a light reflector because I felt like it didn't need to. Um, it captured the raw moment it by itself, and I really am impressed by the lighting. So the main theme of the still life was to capture natural moments, so like eating cheesecake. I also like the warmth of this photo as it is, it makes it like a comfy feeling. In general, again, I think I wanted to play around with more dark environments. I think I did a better job, but I think some of the photos came out more blurry, and that was just unfortunate. But like it happens. I think things I can improve is balancing and using darker environments. But yeah, for some of these, I'm really proud of my staging. And yeah, um, thank you for listening.